It is good to be back, guys.
Welcome back, everybody.
Joe here.
Kevin.
Uh, I'm really look. I love Aaron Sorkin to
Yeah.
death. I think this season's great so far.
Yeah, someone pointed out because we were kind of like, wow, Aaron Sorkin. We said Aaron Sorkin kind of wrote him into a corner here
Yeah.
with where we were at the end of the fourth season with
Sure.
the kidnapping and the as an interim president. And someone pointed out, I was like, yeah, Aaron Sorkin didn't want to have him start from scratch on storylines. Wanted to give the writers somewhere to go. And like, okay, yeah, that makes a lot of
Makes a lot of
sense. It's
sense.
like there are actually storylines
Yeah.
happening that they can write through.
He was cool about it,
yeah, and he trusted the people taking the show over.
which I love. I
For
love that
sure.
it wasn't like spiteful. It was it was a hand me
Yeah,
down.
he was ready to go. He hasn't watched it. It wasn't his work anymore. It wasn't his baby anymore. But yeah, just wanted to let it go.
And I think they're handling this well. I'm
Yeah.
really enjoying the season so far. And look, going forward, I'm sure it's tough, right? Obviously, it's a new showrunner, and they've completed that storyline.
Sure.
Where do you go from here? I like that though. I like that there's it's a whole new ballgame.
Right. There's a couple of things we know is happening. One, we've introduced a new Speaker of the House.
Yep.
Holly, I think was his name, maybe something like that.
That sounds right.
Who apparently is a nightmare
Yeah.
to work with, and we saw that a little bit in the vice president search.
He's gonna be a big deal
that
going forward.
he's going to be a problem
Yeah.
moving forward. He's a little, I know, the Senate House, but it's a little bit of a Mitch McConnell situation happening here. Although McConnell was Senate, but yeah, the same kind of obstructionist Congress, which is part of their job, I guess. But also Gary Cole as a series regular, probably in the same vein that Tim Matheson was as the vice president. I love Gary Cole. I went back this morning when I was thinking about the show and like, because I assume, I could be wrong, he's going to be a bit of a regular, right? Like Matheson was.
Sure.
Gone for plenty of episodes, but in when you need him.
Yeah.
I would hope. And kind of looked at it as like, where did his career, because we know when his career really took off, right?
Sure.
Office Space.
Office Space
is what
into
really
dodgeball.
Yeah, exactly. When he got it big time into comedy, and that wasn't where he started in comedy. It was he played Mike Brady in the two Brady Bunch movies. But I think
two of those things.
Yeah, there's a sequel, a very Brady sequel or whatever. I didn't see that one, but I saw the first one many years ago. In fact, I forgot it was him until I looked it up. But he was a dramatic actor forever up until then, and he still does a lot of dramatic work. But obviously, he's more known in the last 15 years, 20 years from his comedy work, right? Talladega Nights and all kinds of stuff. But also, he is a workhorse.
Yeah.
His IMDb is full, especially over the last like 5 to 10 years.
Holy cow.
He does a lot of voice work. He does a lot of television work. He does a lot of film work. He has a great voice. Yeah. But he's a workaholic. But yeah, he really didn't jump into comedy, and it's really until Office Space, I feel like. And after that, he was in
a lot of stuff.
Right?
That's awesome. I didn't know his IMDb was that extensive. I mean,
205 credits, which is, and this is true, more than De Niro and Pacino put together. Which obviously, different type of actor doing different type of work. Television episodes and stuff.
He's catching
his caught up, right? Pacino has 65 acting credits.
I love the man. Are
you want to talk? I mean, I know he's made some crap movies.
Sure.
I didn't see Jack and Jill, but I know what it is.
But to his detriment, he's the best part of it.
Of course he is. He's Al Pacino.
He's Al Pacino.
He said, man, did he want a paycheck on that one?
I know.
But he really only works when and on what he wants to, doesn't he?
Truly. And that's, not to knock Gary Cole. I think that him working all the time is great, though. Right?
No, it is. He wants to work. That's it.
That's character actor.
Right.
That's the character actor. That's amazing.
You know who the biggest IMDb I ever saw was? And I haven't looked at everyone. Patton Oswalt.
Wow.
Patton Oswalt, because he does so much voice work. He does so many cameos. He's done so many movies and television
popped up
shows.
on some shows we watched.
Yeah, he pops up in everything. If there's a long running show that has small characters that kind of come in and out for important short arcs, Patton Oswalt will do that show. Like, he works nonstop.
Watch him show up on The West Wing.
It's impressive because he's also a working stand-up too. He keeps himself busy.
That's these comedic actors, man. Doesn't matter what project it is, they always bring something.
They do. All right, we've wandered here, obviously, so we should probably watch The West Wing, which has nothing to do. I'm surprised we haven't seen Patton Oswalt on this show yet.
You know what? If he shows up in the show, we can high five.
Right. We do want to go and thank all our Patreon subscribers for being here. We want to give a special shout out to Actuarial Lurker, Balaz Foldes, Chris, Jeff, NJ, Surya, Gundavarapu, and Weird Magic. Thank you so much, guys. We're incredibly happy here with us.
Yes, we are. And if you guys are watching this on YouTube for the first time, welcome to our channel. If you might hit the like button for us, leave us a comment down below, and please hit that subscribe button so you stay up to date on the new content we've coming your way.
If you'd like to see a full-length reaction to this and everything else we've watched or watching, please check out a link in the description of our Patreon page. On every show, including West Wing, we're at least 4 episodes ahead on Patreon of where we're on YouTube. So if you catch the YouTube edits here and want to keep going, you can do it on our Patreon. You will have to sync and watch along on your own source material. You will only see and hear us for copyright purposes. We're also watching 30 Rock as a Patreon exclusive.
It's called Han Solo.
Of course, that's how everyone's going to think it.
Tell Jabba I got his money.
Right.
Did you shoot first? No one cares. Yeah, support. I don't care.
Right.
Their music's all hymns to the barley harvest, not that they ever have one.
Too busy reprocessing plutonium to feed anybody.
Why, they're a rogue
Also, it's going to be
state.
North Korea.
Rogue state.
I could read okay and get the fingering down, but I should have been sent to rhythm prison.
To a North Korean, this probably isn't funny. No.
He asked if you both play as well.
No.
Chopsticks.
Oh,
With
that's
an
awkward.
incredibly insensitive name. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that until she said it either.
And says, all glory flow to our dear leader, for whom he wishes long life and good health.
Really? Next time he's overseas, be nice if Yo-Yo Ma said that.
CD, I will sign.
Great.
Sis, help me.
Right.
It's a
It's
message.
defecting. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I was being on American soil, what do you do?
He's in the White House. No, you say, yeah. We did it for the Soviets all the way through, all the way through the 80s.
Hey, we want to come down here and show you this room. And they'd be
Yeah.
like, you have to leave. He's staying here.
Yeah, I mean, really, yeah.
Yeah.
You can't. I don't think you can force him to go back. I think there's.
I don't know how that works, honestly. I mean, I really don't.
I don't either. But I think if someone defects like that, they're basically asking for political asylum. I don't think you can just say no.
We've been in secret negotiations with North Korea in Geneva the last 3 weeks about their nuclear program.
This guy defects, everybody goes home.
How do you want to feel?
He's voting against. Confirmation's going to be 534 to 1. Well, Phil's the only no vote. He's catch of the day for a week. It's on every talk show explaining why
That's why,
Russell's
yeah.
a lousy choice for VP.
I'm taking my aunt and uncle from Wisconsin, who are perfectly nice people, on a tour of the White House later today, and I'd rather not go through an entire morning of cheesehead jokes.
Talk about the unemployment numbers, huh? You're going to be added to him if you don't get out from behind my desk.
I think this guy's gonna come up big somewhere too.
I like him so far. He's really
Yeah, I
fun.
do too.
If I don't sound enthused, how do we expect the country to get excited about this guy?
Yes, sir.
You're not very excited about him.
Oh, no.
So Will's working out.
Seems to be.
President loved his Zoe speech.
We all did.
We need to refocus, get back on message.
Okay.
So I'll start with that.
Good.
Since Will's working out.
You don't blow a negotiation of this magnitude over some kid. I don't care if you play Schubert with his feet.
It violates international law.
U.S. law.
This is that serious. They're gonna blow it over some piano player.
It's the most unpredictable regime in the world.
It's true.
They're persecuted. He's the most privileged guy in the entire country.
Come
Not
on,
after
man.
this.
It's North Korea.
I don't see how you can send someone back to the bleakest place left on the planet after he
Right.
tells
And
you he
I'm the
doesn't want to go.
CJ now.
It's
Yeah.
not that bleak.
I'm a sentimentalist, but I'd be like, kid gets to stay.
That's what I'm saying.
We'll deal with what's next.
The president said he's not sending him back.
My job is to present him with options. Your job at the moment is to butt out.
Leo's not agreeing with him. He's
Right.
just. He's
Yeah,
doing his job.
but I mean, she's right. We're hoping the guy doesn't know they can legally stay.
Yeah.
That sucks. I mean, that sucks.
Mhm.
Poll numbers are down.
What, Paul?
An internal is approval rating down 11 points.
Something going on?
Get a steal.
Yeah.
My Aunt Barbara and Uncle Ted.
Hi, good to meet you both. Welcome.
Maybe that's the approach to take with economists. Take from every theory in moderation.
So he's being allowed back in the building.
Leo tells me you have a strong view on this.
Yes, sir. This young man's asking for freedom. It's what this country was built on.
It's a moral question. It's nice that Leo took her in and gave her the chance to
Make a
give
case.
her side. Yeah, to make her case.
We're meeting with? Congressman Thiel, Democrat from Rhode Island. He's voting against Russell. I have to whip him into shape. Watch and learn.
This isn't going to go well. The watch and learn is always a bad sign.
Long term. I'm talking about something else, not articulating the message, shaping it.
So is Toby's role changing on the show?
It's grandstanding, Congressman. It's a cheap and easy way to get your name in the paper, only it's gonna make you look eccentric.
My petty animus is that Russell's not good enough, which is exactly what you've been saying to each other around here ever since his name was announced.
This guy's not wrong.
Sir, something happened today at the briefing. I got questions about the economy, and I felt like I was tap dancing.
You don't push any one lever. You want to push a little on them all.
From
Hey,
every
Donald was
theory
right.
in moderation.
I can't allow this defection. I know you disagree, but that's my decision.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'm disappointed.
The upset parent line right there.
It's always effective.
Yeah.
The prompter guys needed the disc a half an hour ago.
No way.
Confirmed by overwhelming vote as befits this distinguished choice.
Here's what it should be. In a triumph of the middling, it gives me great nausea to announce Robert Russell, Bingo Bob himself, as your new vice president.
What are the odds that this ends up slipping into the actual speech? He shouldn't be typing this.
Man.
Does he have a solution to Thiel? That'd be amazing if he actually
Ryan
fixed
Pierce,
it.
is Congressman Thiel in, please?
Yeah, looks like it. That'd be amazing if he's the one who did it.
I'm sorry to say, I cannot let you defect. Do you understand me?
I try to stay. You arrest me?
No.
You know Korean word Han.
No.
Knowing this show, he's just going to go home.
Yeah, it's
going to suck.
It can be quite bleak.
It really can.
I told him freedom means choice. My choice is to trust in his decision.
Watch him go back and the negotiations fail anyway, which would be so frustrating.
Negotiate.
Yeah.
There we go.
The kid did it. Pierce did
Nice.
it. Whatever it was, yeah.
Now enjoy your evening.
Voted to confirm Robert Russell as the new vice president of
Is
the
he gonna
United
see it too?
States. In a triumph of
Man.
trust and immeasurably respect over the past 5 years of our working together.
This poor guy.
Mr. Vice President, please accept.
Like a copy. I thought it was hilarious. I'm part of the team now, which makes all this pretty much your problem. Good luck with it.
Could you find out the price of a gallon of milk?
$2.69.
Will you make sure everybody knows that tomorrow?
I
No,
wish to
he's going to go. Yeah.
thank the president. Improve relation between our country.
There's a Korean word, Han, a sadness. A
That's why I
sadness
played the
so
song.
deep, no tears will come. Negotiations are on hold.
Of course.
The North Koreans didn't like the size of everyone's flags at the table.
Sent the kid home for nothing.
Good night, sir.
Yeah, I wouldn't know what to say there either. I'd be upset too. They basically sacrificed him for nothing.
Yeah, that poor kid.
Yeah, this is where the show goes sometimes.
Yeah, not a lot of happy endings in the West Wing.
There are, but this, the plenty of are.
Yeah,
And this was one of them.
That is why this show is good, because it remains unpredictable, because
Right.
you don't really know how something's going to pan out.
Yeah, that's upsetting.
Yeah,
that bothers me. I mean, I had a sense that's where we were going, like,
of course,
but God, that bothers me a lot.
Yeah.
Poor kid. I like the fact that they did. When the president sat down at the piano, they told him he actually does have the choice to stay. They didn't lie to him like was suggested. Like, he doesn't seem to know legally he can just stay, so we just will pretend like we'll just take advantage of that and tell him he can't stay when he could. And I'm glad the president, he should feel better about the fact that he gave the kid the choice.
I don't think
and he took that choice.
I don't think that the kid really understood, though. That's when he said he didn't understand what freedom meant. Unless I'm reading that wrong. But
well, I felt like what he's saying he doesn't know what freedom meant was like freedom sometimes means you have to make a tough choice. You have a choice, but a choice doesn't always mean a happy ending. Sometimes that when he said he doesn't know what freedom means, he means He
wasn't quite literal.
he was coming for freedom, but then you realize sometimes freedom means you have to do the thing you don't want. You have to decide to do the thing you don't want to do.
Yeah.
It is my guess, and I'm sure there's other ways to interpret that. Obviously, it was a relatively cryptic line, but yeah, I think the kid did exactly what he knew he was doing. He said it. He said it at the end there. You know, I want good relations between our two countries, which is ultimately why he goes back anyway.
Sure,
and it doesn't work.
And that's the name of the episode, right? The state of mind. You know,
he's very sad, but there's hope that things will get better.
Yeah, that's really well done. You know, I mean, look, post Sorkin, that's the writing is still so strong because that is really well done.
No,
That's a really well structured episode, really well written. I didn't clock the writer for this episode. I know John Wells, the showrunner now, but I don't think he wrote that.
I didn't catch it. I don't really read.
I try not to. The one thing that jumped out this week was Ron Canada.
I didn't even see that, but yeah, which it's a great name. Was that a?
It was one of the guest stars.
One of the guest stars. Okay,
I'm not sure who it is, but begs the question: does that mean his family's the Canadas or the Canadians?
It'd be the Canadas.
The Canadas.
Yeah, it'd be the Canadas. Sure.
I would definitely call them the Canadians. Anyways, yeah, I like the Gary Cole's small part in this episode as well. I think he's going to be a real addition to the show. I think he's going to be great.
Yeah, I like that we got the sense that he, you know, the one thing he doesn't lack is self-awareness. And, you know, he kind of took that with stride while also kind of firing a small shot back, you know.
He earned that one.
It's kind of like, you know, an ex ripping on you and you're like, oh, you dated me. You know?
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, what does that say about you then? Right. Because we dated for blah, blah, blah. So yeah, I think he's going to be a nice addition to the show. Obviously, in terms of a actor that can do comedy, he's incredibly gifted.
Sure.
So I wonder to what extent, you know, his sense of humor is going to play into this because he's got those jobs.
More Gary Cole praise. I just feel like he's the kind of guy you just want to like have a conversation with. You know what I mean? Grab a beer with Gary Cole. That'd be awesome. You know?
Yeah.
He seems like he's a very smart guy. He's very obviously he's super talented. And
like I said, he's a grinder. Yeah, he likes to work.
And so just his experience and working that often, you know what I mean? I think he can sell a role easily because he's so at ease because he's been in so many different projects, you know.
Right.
And he seems to fit like a glove on the show. Like he really does.
Yeah. Everyone on the show has gravitas, you know, as far as like really commanding screen presence, and he fits right with that. Yeah, it's just like John Goodman did, just like Matthew Perry did. These people that could just come in and crush it.
John Goodman was a giant on the show. That's one of it's one of my favorite Goodman performances at this point. He was amazing, and both the finale and the premiere. That was incredible work. I do want to see where Toby's new job is going to land.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious where we're going to go with that, right? Because they do seem to be, you know, now again, new showrunners. They're like, we're going to transition Toby into something else. Yeah, which is totally fine, right? You don't want it to get stale.
No.
So we'll kind of see how that plays out with Will. You know, Will being there, does it change what Toby does? And honestly, moving forward, now that we have Bob Russell and, you know, some other changes, are we going to see other transitions with characters? You know, or you know, as we move through the end, you know, the last couple of years of the Bartlett administration, are we going to see a change in what everyone's doing?
I wonder. You know, I really wonder where this is going to go, and I'm along for the ride. I'm sold.
We'll catch you in the next one, guys.
See ya.